They were more than weapons. They were tools of precision, survival, and overwhelming force. From the jungles of Vietnam to the mountains of Afghanistan, from blackwater maritime infiltrations to brutal close-quarters raids, Navy SEALs have carried some of the most iconic and specialized weapons in modern combat history. Some were built for stealth, others for speed. Some delivered long-range precision, while others were designed to unleash sheer firepower in the chaos of battle. Together, they formed an arsenal unlike any other, shaped by mission demands, evolving technology, and decades of war. These are the weapons used by the Navy SEALs in combat.
First up, rifles and carbines. M14. A heavy-hitting battle rifle chambered in 7.62 NATO. The M14 gave SEALs strong long-range power and dependable accuracy. In wide-open terrain, it remained a hard-hitting option long after newer rifles entered service.
M14 EBR. The enhanced battle rifle modernized the classic M14 with rails, a new stock, and a more tactical configuration. It transformed an old warhorse into a designated marksman platform for modern combat. M16A1 to M16A4. Across multiple generations, the M16 served as one of America's most recognizable service rifles. Lightweight, accurate, and familiar, it saw combat across jungles, deserts, and everything in between. Maritime M16. Built or coated to resist corrosion, the Maritime M16 was better suited for operations involving saltwater exposure. For a force that specialized in sea-based infiltration, that extra protection mattered.
M4A1. Compact, modular, and highly adaptable, the M4A1 became one of the defining carbines of modern special operations. It was ideal for raids, urban fighting, and fast-moving assault missions. MK-18 CQBR. Shorter than the standard M4, the MK-18 was built for close-quarters battle. In ships, buildings, alleyways, and tight interiors, it gave operators the speed and maneuverability they needed. FN SCAR-L. The light version of the SCAR platform offered modularity, easy maintenance, and smooth handling. It was a modern rifle built with adaptability in mind. FN SCAR-H. The heavier SCAR-H delivered the punch of 7.62 NATO, making it valuable when greater range and stopping power were needed. It gave SEALs battle rifle capability in a more modern package. HK-416. Known for reliability and clean operation, the HK-416 earned a reputation as one of the most respected rifles in special operations. Its piston-driven design helped it perform under punishing conditions. CAR-15/XM-177. A compact ancestor of later carbines, the CAR-15 and XM-177 became closely associated with Vietnam-era special operations. Short, handy, and distinctive, they represented an early step toward the modern assault carbine.
Next, submachine guns. MP5N. The naval version of the legendary MP5, the MP5N became one of the most iconic weapons in maritime counter-terror and boarding operations. Compact, accurate, and controllable, it was built for close-range dominance. MP5K. Even shorter than the standard MP5, the MP5K was designed for maximum compactness. It was ideal for protective details and missions where concealment and speed were critical. MP5SD. With its integral suppressor, the MP5SD became one of the most famous suppressed submachine guns in the world. For stealthy entries and low-signature operations, it was a near-perfect tool. HK-MP7. Small like a submachine gun, but more capable against armor than traditional pistol-caliber weapons, the MP7 represented a new generation of compact firepower. It was light, fast,
and highly specialized.
The M3A1 grease gun. Crude in appearance, but dependable in use. The M3A1 was a simple wartime submachine gun that stayed useful for years. Its ruggedness and quiet utility helped it survive far beyond its expected era.
Now to pistols. Smith & Wesson Hush Puppy. Built for discreet missions, the Hush Puppy became famous for its specialized silent roll. Its slide-locking feature reduced noise, making it suitable for extremely low-signature work. HK SOCOM. Large, powerful, and built with offensive use in mind, the HK SOCOM was more than just a backup handgun. It reflected a period when special operations pistols were expected to fill broader combat roles. HK-45 Compact. This pistol brought .45 caliber performance into a more practical and compact frame. It offered stopping power without the bulk of larger sidearms. Sig Sauer P226. For years, the P226 was one of the defining SEAL sidearms. Known for toughness and reliability, especially in maritime environments, it built a legendary reputation in special operations circles. Glock 26. Small and highly concealable, the Glock 26 served well as a backup or discreet carry option. It traded size for concealment while still maintaining Glock's hallmark dependability. Glock 19. Compact, balanced, and widely trusted, the Glock 19 became a favorite among modern operators. It struck the ideal middle ground between concealability, capacity, and control. Glock 17. The full-size Glock 17 provided greater capacity and a longer grip for better control. It was a straightforward, rugged sidearm built to keep fighting under hard conditions. Beretta M9. For decades, the M9 was the standard sidearm of the U.S. military. Even as special operations units explored alternatives, the Beretta remained a familiar presence across many years of service. Sig Sauer P228. Smaller than the P226, the P228 gave operators SIG reliability in a more compact form. It worked well when discretion mattered more than full-size firepower. Sig Sauer P320. The P320 introduced modularity, allowing changes in grip size and configuration. It represented a more modern approach to fitting the weapon to the shooter and the mission. Colt M1911A1. A battlefield legend, the M1911A1 brought heavy .45 caliber power and an unmatched historical legacy. Even in the modern era, it remained respected for its proven stopping power, high standard HDM. This suppressed .22 caliber pistol was built for quiet, highly specialized missions. It prioritized stealth and precision over raw power. Mach 1 underwater defense gun. One of the most unusual weapons in the SEAL arsenal, this pistol was designed specifically for underwater combat. It reflected the unique maritime mission set that separated SEALs from conventional forces. Next, sniper and precision rifles. KAC SR-25. A precision semi-automatic rifle, the SR-25 gave SEAL snipers the ability to deliver accurate long-range fire with rapid follow-up shots. It became a trusted platform for Overwatch and designated marksman roles. Mach 12 SPR. The special-purpose rifle was built to bridge the gap between carbines and full sniper systems. It gave marksmen more reach and accuracy without sacrificing too much mobility. Mach 13. Chambered in .300 Winchester Magnum, the Mach 13 was built for serious long-range precision. It gave SEAL snipers the ability to engage targets at extended distances with confidence. Macmillan TAC-50. This .50 caliber precision rifle was designed for extreme range work. Massive, powerful, and intimidating, it represented the far end of long-distance engagement capability. Mach 20 SSR. The sniper support rifle version of the SCAR platform combined precision with semi-automatic speed. It offered the flexibility to engage multiple targets without sacrificing accuracy. Barrett MRAD. A modern multi-role sniper rifle, the MRAD emphasized adaptability and modularity. Its design reflected the growing demand for mission-specific precision systems. Barrett M82M107. The legendary .50 caliber anti-material rifle brought enormous range and destructive capability. It was used not only against personnel, but also against equipment, vehicles, and fortified positions. M110 SAS. The semi-automatic sniper system offered precision with a higher rate of fire than bolt-action rifles. It was suited for scenarios where accurate sustained fire mattered. Macmillan TAC 338. Chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum, this rifle filled the gap between traditional sniper rifles and the massive .50 caliber systems. It delivered excellent range, power, and precision in one package. Now to machine guns. Stoner 63. One of the most legendary modular weapon systems ever used by Special Operations Forces, the Stoner 63 could be configured in multiple ways. In Vietnam, it became closely associated with SEAL firepower and flexibility. M60. Heavy, loud, and hungry for ammunition, the M60 still delivered the kind of sustained fire that could dominate a battlefield. It was a classic support weapon with a fearsome reputation. M60E4. A shorter and improved version of the original M60, the E4 made the platform more practical for modern special operations use. It preserved firepower while improving mobility. MiG-46. Designed as a lightweight machine gun for special operations, the MiG-46 gave a single operator belt-fed firepower without too much bulk. It was built for mobility and suppression. MiG-48. The bigger brother of the MiG-46, the MiG-48 fired the harder-hitting 7.62 round. It provided small teams with heavier sustained fire in a more portable form than older general-purpose machine guns. M249 SAW. The squad automatic weapon brought portable automatic fire to infantry formations. It gave teams the ability to maintain suppressive fire while staying relatively mobile. M240. Reliable and powerful, the M240 became one of the most respected medium machine guns in U.S. service. It excelled in sustained fire roles and was often mounted on vehicles and boats. M2.50 cal. The legendary heavy machine gun brought devastating long-range firepower. Its sheer power made it effective against personnel, light vehicles, and hardened positions alike. M134 minigun. With multiple rotating barrels and an incredible rate of fire, the M134 minigun represented overwhelming force. Mounted on helicopters, boats, and specialized vehicles, it could dominate an area in seconds. Next, shotguns. Ithaca 37. This classic pump-action shotgun became known for its rugged design and bottom-ejecting mechanism. That made it especially useful in dirty environments where debris could become a problem. Remington 870. One of the most trusted pump-action shotguns ever made, the Remington 870 served well in breaching and close-range combat roles. It was simple, dependable, and highly effective. Remington 7188. A rare automatic shotgun, the 7188 delivered brutal close-range firepower. In confined spaces, it was a weapon of pure aggression. Mossberg 500-590A1. Built to military standards, these shotguns were rugged, durable, and ready for rough treatment. They became respected tools for breaching and close quarters use. Benelli M4. Semi-automatic, fast, and reliable, the Benelli M4 represented a more modern combat shotgun. It allowed quicker follow-up shots and performed well under demanding conditions. Moving on to grenade and rocket launchers. M79. Known as the Thumper, the M79 gave operators portable explosive firepower in a single-shot launcher. It was simple, effective, and powerful. M203. Mounted under a rifle barrel, the M203 turned a standard rifle into a dual-role weapon. It gave SEALs immediate access to 40 mm grenade capability without carrying a separate launcher. M320. A more modern grenade launcher, the M320 improved on earlier designs with greater flexibility and easier loading. It could also be used as a standalone system. MiG-19. An automatic grenade launcher, the MiG-19 delivered devastating explosive fire at high volume. It was designed for area suppression and destructive support. MiG-47 Striker. The MiG-47 brought modern fire control systems to the grenade launcher role. More advanced and precise, it represented the next generation of automatic explosive firepower. M32 MGL. With a revolver-style cylinder, the M32 multiple grenade launcher gave a single operator the ability to fire multiple 40 mm rounds in rapid succession. It was compact artillery in handheld form. M72 LAA. Lightweight and disposable, the ULDA gave troops a quick anti-armor option. It was easy to carry and useful against light vehicles or fortified points. AT-4. Heavier and more powerful than the ULDA, The AT-4 was built to punch through armor and destroy fortified targets. It gave small units serious, destructive capability. Carl Gustaf. A reusable, recoilless rifle, the Carl Gustaf offered remarkable versatility. It could fire different types of ammunition, making it useful against armor, structures, and battlefield obstacles. Now to underwater and specialized weapons. HKP-11 Underwater Pistol. Specifically designed for combat below the surface, the HKP-11 was a highly specialized weapon for maritime missions. It reflected the unusual environments in which SEAL operators might have to fight. Flashbang Stun Grenade. Not a lethal weapon, but one of the most important specialized tools in close-quarters operations, the flashbang disoriented enemies with light and sound. It created the split-second advantage assault teams needed when entering a room. Finally, edged weapons and breaching tools. U.S. Navy Dive Knife. A classic piece of maritime gear, the dive knife was essential for cutting through ropes, nets, and underwater hazards. It was both a survival tool and an emergency combat implement. SOG Seal Knife 2000. Built for harsh maritime environments, this knife was designed to withstand exposure, abuse, and hard use. It became closely associated with the SEAL identity. Explosive Cutting Charge. When speed mattered and a barrier had to come down immediately, explosive cutting charges provided the answer. They were used to breach steel, doors, and obstacles with focused force. Broco Underwater Cutting Torch. A specialized demolition and salvage tool, the Broco torch allowed operators to cut metal underwater. It was one more example of the unique capabilities required in maritime special operations.